So when you're ready to purchase a home, you need to just look at the different types of financing that's available. And so that gets a little confusing. And financing can also be different if you are living in a home or if you're buying the home as an investment to rent out or maybe as a second home. So I've got my buddy Alfred here today with Impulse Capital Partners. He actually does financing for non-traditional type of loans. And so we're going to talk a little bit today about the differences between traditional and maybe non-traditional or alternative type of financing. So I'm Rami Dillon. I'm with Realty One Group in Temecula, California. I'm a real estate broker. And Alfred here, he's also an investor.
How you doing, Rami?
Good. How you doing, Alfred?
Good.
So tell me what is the name of your company, and why would someone go to you rather than maybe a traditional lender?
Well, I'm an investor broker. I'm with Impulse Capital Partners. A lot of people come to me when they can't go conventional. When you're talking conventional financing, you're talking about qualifying. You're talking about having the cash in order to qualify, showing that you can actually make that payment. When you're coming to me, there's either two reasons you're coming to me. Either you don't qualify for conventional financing and you're coming to me, or you've reached your max, which, I mean, there's a max that conventional loans will only do, I believe, up to 10 loans per person. So once you reach that max, they will no longer fund you. I don't care if you're a millionaire, they will no longer fund you. So you're coming to me regardless either way.
Right. So what Alfred is saying is that, so if you're an investor and you've got 10 properties, as an individual, you've got 10 different loans on 10 different properties, and you want to buy an 11th property. Traditional lenders have a limit as to how many properties you can purchase or get financed, that is. So what do? You want to continue building your portfolio. You want to buy more properties and have more return on your investment coming in. So what do? You go to someone like Alfred.
Yep.
And how would they qualify with you? And how is it different than if going with a traditional lender?
Well, for one, under me, everything's done under your company name. So you have to have an LLC if you're going to come to me. Now, you don't have to have the LLC at the time of purchase, but you have to have the LLC by the time we close.
By the time you close.
Okay. So I basically fund what's called non-recourse.
Right.
And, we could definitely get deeper into that, but you have recourse loans, which is basically something that you're responsible for. You have to pay back. If you don't pay it back, it comes back on your credit. They go after you.
Right, individually.
Okay. Everything I do is non-recourse, so it goes into an LLC. So everything gets put on your company.
Right.
So if you default on the loan, they don't go after you personally.
Right.
They go after the company. Everything goes under the company name. It doesn't come out on your personal assets. Doesn't come out on your personal credit.
So your personal assets are protected.
Protected.
If for some reason some things go sideways,
yes,
they can go after the LLC, but not you personally.
Correct.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. So now the difference between why would you do one loan over the other? Now, what if I'm an investor and I haven't reached my 10 loans and I'm at number 5 or something? Why would I still go to conventional, or would I go to you? Conventional financing, it's a little bit the interest rates are a little bit better, aren't they? And
interest rates are a lot better. Well, first of all, I'd figure out where you're at, and I always suggest to my investors and to my clients that if you qualify going conventional, then go conventional, because of course rates are going to be lower. Cost is going to be a lot lower.
Right.
So I always recommend, if you qualify and you can show that you can make your 5 additional payments plus your 6th property that you're buying right now, plus you have 6 months reserves, I said, then I would go, recommend going conventional. If you don't and you can't show that you can qualify, make those 5 extra payments with those houses you already have.
Right.
Plus, you're buying that 6th property now, and you don't qualify. You don't have the DTI to qualify under that.
The debt to income ratio.
Debt to income ratio.
Right.
Then you're going to want to come to me, because I don't look at your DTI. I don't care what your DTI is. Basically, all I care about is you qualify for this one property. So all I care about is that you can close on this one property. So you have the down payment to come in on to close. You have, I mean, if you're experienced, you have 5 rental properties. I'm probably looking for 6 months reserves.
Right.
You know, and that doesn't have to be cash. That could be in 401k. That could be in stocks. You know,
So
and
are
that
you-
you could pay the closing costs.
So are you qualifying the property more than the individual then?
Qualifying the property more than an individual, yes, especially
Okay.
if it's a rental property, stuff in that aspect. Now, if you care about interest rate, we do look at credit.
Right. But you do.
Okay, we do.
So you can get a better interest rate even though your interest rates are not as attractive as, with the... Okay.
Now, I'm not going to have your 2.5, 3. Well, nowadays probably 3.75.
Right.
You know, interest rates. You know, I'll probably be around maybe 4.5.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but yeah, we do have pretty competitive interest rates to what's conventional out there. If you're talking cost wise, yeah, I'm a lot more expensive than
Right.
your regular conventional lender. But again, you got a lot more flexibility
Right,
with
okay.
me than you do with the regular lender.
So what the difference is, what he's saying is that now, you as an individual, if you're going to purchase a home to live in, the financing is different. So there's different types of financing even for you. There's conventional financing, which traditionally is about 20% down. However, you can get conventional financing with less down nowadays, 5%. Fannie Mae even has a 3% down payment program, which is really aggressive. And with the conventional financing, your interest rates are going to be more attractive. The cost of the loan, there's a cost involved for getting the loan. That's going to be less. The downside with conventional is there's a lot more paperwork. It's a little bit more drawn out. It's going to be typically on the average maybe a 30-day escrow. Sometimes it can be 45 days or more. I mean, yeah.
And you're always going to require an appraisal going conventional.
Right, and
now, going hard money. Go ahead.
Well, sometimes nowadays, if you got a really large down payment, some of the big lenders are waiving the appraisal, and that's happening because we're in an appreciating market.
That's it. If it gets approved for the DU, though.
But that's not all the time. Most of the time, they are going to require an appraisal. But with you guys, I mean...
If you want the lower interest rate, of course, we're going to want an appraisal. Okay. If you're inexperienced, we're going to want an appraisal.
Right.
If you have experience, at least 2+ experience, then we'll usually do a BPO. Sometimes if it's a rehab...
What's a BPO for people who don't know?
Broker's price opinion.
Okay.
So that makes it a heck of a lot quicker. We could close within 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days?
Yeah.
Wow,
7 to 10
that's
days
fast.
Versus 30 days, with the going conventional.
So with these guys, they're just ready to give you their money away. So So if you're having a hard time getting financing, and you know what you're doing as far as investment properties and all that, definitely Alfred is the way to go. But conventional financing is available for investors as well, up to those 10 properties.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, the interest rates are more attractive. Of course, the interest rate's going to be a little bit higher for if you're going to buy the property as an investment to rent out rather than if you're going to live in it. And there's also other types of financing available for people who are going to live in a house. For example, FHA financing, which has a minimum down payment of 3.5%. The FICO score, minimum FICO score requirements a lot less. I think
there are no minimum FICO scores for FHA.
Right, he's right. There isn't. There isn't. However, a lot of lenders will cut it off at about 580 or so.
Correct.
But technically, there is no requirement. But and then for conventional FICO score, lenders are cutting it off at about 640. You need the minimum around there, and as the FICO scores are higher, you get a more attractive interest rate.
Oh, yeah.
And then VA, if you're a veteran or you're in the military right now, VA offers a really attractive loan. It's probably one of the few that has a 0 down payment, very competitive interest rate as well. So there's some advantages for being a veteran as well. And like I said, so it depends on what your goal is, what you need the financing for. Are you going to live in the house? Are you going to buy as an investment? If you reach
there's a rental property, Airbnb.
Right.
What do you want to do with that property? It's all depending on what your goals are. But we could definitely do the financing here coming up the middle of the year. We will be offering those conventional loans as well.
You will.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're going to be doing that in addition to your
to the hard money
money
as well.
Yeah.
Yep, to the
So that's
alternative
but
financing.
so hard money really isn't hard to get.
Oh no! It's more hard money because it's hard cost.
Right. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. So there you have it. I know we just kind of basically touched on the basics of the different type of financing that's available for the different purposes that you might have to purchase the property. On our future videos, we'll get into a little bit more detail on different types of financing, the FHA loan, the VA loan, and the conventional. We'll get into more detail on how to qualify for those. I just want to give you a little bit overview. Yes, that's the word.
And then leave some comments down below. What do you guys want to hear about next? Me and Rami will definitely cover it.
Let us know, and I appreciate you folks joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and we're going to be talking about everything about real estate in our future videos. And I appreciate you guys joining us, and I'll see you on the next video.